this is picture of Santosh Yadav, as you can see it on the screen. And she was an Indian, she is still alive, sorry, she is an Indian lady who actually has climbed and scaled mountain twice. So the only women from India who has scaled and who climbed the mountain, Mount Everest, which was the highest peak, twice. Now Santosh is the first woman who scaled Mount Everest twice. As I told you, she was born in a very small village of Haryana. And you know how people of Haryana are, they are very conservative and they are not allowed, they do not allow their daughters to go outside the city and go outside the village and study and continue their further studies. They do not even want their girls to get a proper education, and in a very early life they set them into the marriage purpose. This is how what kind of family Santosh was born in. So Santosh was basically born in patriarchal society. Patriarchal means a society which is governed by the male, where the head of the family is male. So in India, most of the families are actually patriarchal families, where head of the family is male, and patriarchal society means society which is governed by male, which is male dominating society, jahan pe males, they are the one who take decisions for the society. So as she was born in patriarchal society, so they considered girls to be a curse. They did not think that girls can also do something great in their lives, or girls can achieve a lot of good things in their lives. They did not think that at all. On the other hand, they considered that girls are a curse and they should not be allowed to visit freely or go out freely. There should be a particular limit which should be put on the girls. So this is how the society was when she was actually born into Haryana. Now the situations have comparatively changed a lot. So what happened, Santosh was, she and her 5 brothers went to local school in a village. As I told you that they were not allowed to go and get a proper education, especially girls were not allowed to get a proper education. And for her, going to a school was also a big thing, because girls were not sent to school. Even if it is a small local village school or something, girls were not at all allowed. So she went to school, she got education, and further she also wanted to study more. Okay, she did not want to stop her studies just because till the school, wherever the school was, till whichever class her village school was, she wanted to study higher. And from a very young age, she suffered from discrimination on the basis of gender. So gender discrimination is something again very common. If you see the gender ratio of Haryana, the number of girls are comparatively very less from number of boys. And generally it happened in Haryana during the past days that girls, they have to see a lot of discrimination. Like if there's a preference, the most of the time the preference was given to male counterparts instead of females. So this kind of discrimination was very common in Haryana, especially if we talk about. So when she turned 16, her parents pressurized her to get married. So as soon as she turned 16, though the legal age is 18, but this happens like in some parts of India, in some small villages of India, this happens that girls are being married at a very early age. So when she was just 16-year-old, as soon as she turned 16, her parents pressurized her to get married, and like the girls of the village. So we can see that how the girls of the village were actually being married at a very early age, and there was no scope of career or any other thing that they could pursue in their life beside getting married. Now it was very difficult for Santosh to convince her parents that she does not want to get married, rather she wanted to study further. Okay, it was very difficult for her, but somehow she convinced, and also convinced that she would be working part-time and would be raising her funds for her further studies. So that was a very good initiative on her part, that she wanted to be an independent girl at a very early age, and that's what she did. She wanted that she should actually study and work side by side, so that she could raise some money, earn some money, and could pay her whatever tuition fees and college fees, whatever it was, she wanted to do that, school fees. Now where she was, so as soon as she turned 16, she left her village, she moved to Delhi for her high school exams. for her higher school 11th 12th class. She went to Delhi, and after that she joined Maharani College in Jaipur. So she did not stop at all. She continued her studies and she wanted to achieve great education, and she did not want to be like any other girl of her village who is supposed to just sit at home, get married and then take care of their kids. So she was not like that. Now when she joined Maharani College in Jaipur, there was something that clicked her mind, and she was very interested in that during her like break time, summer break. So her life took a new turn when she joined a course, and that course was in Uttarkashi, which was actually a course of training where people are actually told how to climb a mountain. So it was Nehru Institute, and where she learned how to climb mountain, and she developed this interest of climbing mountain. So as her interest actually developed, so every year she would just continue practicing. ऐसा नहीं होता that you just go for a month course and then you are climbing the Mount Everest. It's not possible, because Mount Everest is at a very high peak, and you need to understand there are a lot of things. A mountain, while climbing a mountain, a person has to go through lot of things. Like they have to take care of the oxygen also, they have to maintain their health also. ऐसा नहीं होता that all of a sudden I get up and I say मुझे Mount Everest चढ़ना and I would just go and climb Mount Everest. No, I need lot of training for it. Okay, lot of training is required to climb the highest peak. Now she worked hard for it and took a professional course also. Again, you cannot just go climb Mount Everest without taking any professional course. You cannot do that. So what she did, she knew that now this is her aim in life. She knew it very well that now she wanted to climb Mount Everest, and that's why she would do anything to climb Mount Everest, and that's where she started working. She worked hard and took a professional course in climbing mountain. She realized that she has to climb mountain, and that's why she took a professional course in it. Now in 1926, she climbed Mount Everest just at the age of 20. So she was the youngest Indian to climb Mount Everest at the age of just 20 years, and she climbed Mount Everest in 1926. She was the youngest woman to achieve so. The youngest woman who has ever achieved so. It was she, and not just that she climbed the Mount Everest, but she also saved a life of her fellow being by sharing her oxygen. So when they are traveling, they travel with oxygen tanks, because at a height oxygen level actually reduces. I think you are very well aware of this, that as you're climbing, as you're going on heights, the oxygen level would actually decrease. And people who climb mountain, they face a lot of problem with oxygen, and that is the reason that many people, they even die. So there's one very good movie based on this climbing only, that is Mount Everest. Name of the movie itself is Mount Everest. If you happen to see it, you will realize how difficult and how people, they struggle to climb the top of that mountain, and many people, they even die. There is a lot of loss of life while climbing the mountain. So you have to risk your life in order to achieve that success, and that's what she actually achieved. And she not just achieved the success at the age of 20, which is very young age, but she also saved life of a fellow, means a person who was climbing with her. So that person, maybe that person was having shortage of breath or something, so she shared her oxygen and saved the life of that person. Now she made India proud. Obviously it is a proud thing of India that at a very young age, a girl of just 20 years old, who is the youngest climber all through the world. So it is a very proud thing for our country, and was also awarded with the highest civilian honor, that is Padma Shri, by the Indian government. So this was all about this girl who achieved a lot in her life, that is Santosh Yadav. Let's move on to the second part of the story.